Listen, I do not rock with people. People come into your life for 3 reasons and 3 reasons only. For a reason, a season, and or a lesson. You got to be willing to do it with nobody in the stands. You in the gym getting up your shots night after night after night. You clicked on this video for a reason. You feel like don't nobody hear you. I've been on this grind for years. You gonna have to go months on end, even years, without somebody giving you a pat on the back, without somebody round of applause. You gotta be okay. Now I want you to listen to me and listen to me well. You gonna have to do it alone. You gonna have to do it scared. You're going to have to do it when you don't want to do it. You're going to have to do it when you're sick, when your stomach cramping. You're going to have to do it when you're having a massive headache. You're going to have to show up. Whether you're on your path to self-transcendence, you're finding your mission, your purpose, you're seeking a deeper meaning in life, whether you're on your wealth journey. You're seeking to get your family, you're seeking to get your family out of the poverty trap. Whether if you're seeking to level up spiritually, you want to get closer to the Most High, you're going to have to do it alone. I'm going to tell y'all something about me. I've been on this path. I've been on this path alone ever since I can remember. Even when I was a little girl, just always being that outcast, that outlaw. You know what I'm saying? I always stuck to myself. You can say I was introverted, but I wasn't socially awkward. It's a difference, right? So back in the day, if you wanted to talk to me, you would have to initiate the conversation first. But you know what I'm saying? Once I felt your vibe and you had that good energy, then I'd rock with you. Stating that, I can always remember since back in middle school, junior high, I just always moved to my own beat of my drum. I did my own thing. I was never one of the players who was always in the coach's office. You didn't find me always in groups. You know what I'm saying? I just always did myself, and that taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about myself. It taught me a lot about people, right? And how they perceive you. Sometimes it could come off indifferent to others because, others may think that, you think that you're above other people, or it don't even be that. It's just I'm very sensitive with my energy, and I can call out bull, right? But I just always knew that I was the chosen one. I always knew that I was different. In my earlier years, the major part of my life was, I played ball all my life, so like I said, just doing my own thing. I would have my basketball, walking around campus, my headphones, and I'm just doing my thing. I'm in the gym, I'm getting up my shots. I'm probably running pickup with some of the guys, you know what I'm saying? Just running to the beat of my own drum. And some people, they condemned me for it, so while you on your journey to leveling up, people gonna try to condemn you. They gonna make you feel like you better than them. And it's not even that. It's like, that you have something deeper within you, right? That this life is more than just what you do on a day-to-day basis. Like, you already know this. You know that you getting up, going to that job. You know that you are not content with that, but you do what you got to do every single day. See, that's commendable. Doing the things that you don't want to do, but you ultimately, you got that bigger goal. You know where you headed, right? See, and I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I'm always fueling my head with just entrepreneurship and leveling up and things of that sort. And sometimes you come across a lot of people where they say you gotta give up your job, you gotta quit your job. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, you do not have to quit your job. If your job is your main source of income, do not quit that job. See, that's just for the likes and the views and stuff like that. Oh yeah, quit your job. We gotta be smart here. You gotta be smart. If that's like one of your main sources of income right now, that's putting food on the table for you and your family, you gotta stay down. However, if you do not establish anything outside of that, see, that's when we get caught in that rat race right there. That's when we get caught in that poverty trap. You just getting up, you going to work, and you making somebody else's dreams come true. Yeah, you get up, you take care of your responsibilities, but when you get at home, you putting work in on yourself. Look at what I'm doing. Yeah, I got a job right now, but guess what I'm doing? I'm showing up for you every day. Why? Because I know you need it. This journey, it gets lonely. It gets lonely. I'm going to tell you, ever since I knew and I was aware that I had it in me, that's when I'm like, you know what? I got to really separate myself. I got to separate myself from the people. I got to separate myself from those bad habits. I got to separate myself just from that environment that no longer served me. And my life took a turn, when I got back home from overseas, I started training. I did basketball training, skills development for the kids. I did from kids all the way up to professionals. And, and that taught me a lot about myself too. It taught me a lot about how to deal with people, how to communicate, and it helped me to get out of my shell that I was in. I was so just shy, essentially, you know what I'm saying? But becoming a trainer, it forced me to advocate for myself and just help people and learn how to communicate, learn how to connect with all walks of life. I had all kind of clients, literally from babies to grown-ups. I'm talking all nationalities. I had white, black, Hispanic, I had Asian, I had Indian, African, every culture. And that was a huge part of my life. And it came to a point in my training career where it wasn't serving me anymore. It was not serving me. I got to a point where it's like I'm putting all of this energy in and it's not helping me to get anywhere in my life. So I had to make an executive decision and pivot. That's what I had to do. It was a tough decision. I had my own gym and everything. And I wouldn't trade that for nothing in the world, because it taught me so much. I learned so much about myself. Like, I'm a real live hustler. I'm gonna get it out the mud, and I'm not gonna ask for no handouts. But going back to the topic at hand, doing it alone. And what I mean by that is, let me dissect that a little bit. I don't mean you gotta cut out everybody, be a hermit in a dark room in your house, not talking to nobody. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you have those days when you just don't feel like it. You're mentally drained. You still gotta show up. You gotta show up, because you gotta think of it as, okay, I'm pouring into my future self. My future self is going to thank myself now. And going through that's a lonely process, because you can't tell everybody what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll use it against you. They use your downfalls against you. You got to have a strong team of people around you that you can trust. Listen, I do not rock with people. And it's not out of ego or anything like that, but I've tried the homies, this my dog, this my friend, and somebody told me this, and this gonna forever stick with me. People come into your life for 3 reasons. People gonna come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lesson. I'm gonna say that again. People come into your life for 3 reasons and 3 reasons only. For a reason, a season, and or a lesson. Okay? So you're going to have to use your discernment and decipher who and why this person has came into your life. I'm very, very mindful of who I choose to share my accomplishments with. I'm very mindful of who I choose to let inside of my everyday. You know, just literally my immediate family, and some of my immediate family don't even know what I'm going through on a day-to-day. That's not their business. The ones who know. Because you never know how vindictive a person can be. And I've experienced this, you know. You think somebody will just be, y'all hit it off, y'all cool, you know, this my dog, you know, you talking to him every single day, and up one day they just stop hitting you up out of nowhere. Or one day they energy is different. They not the same. They moving different. See, once I peep that, I'ma just let you have it. You know, and that might be a flaw of mine, you know, and that's something that I'm going through right now as we speak, you know. I'm the type, if I feel somebody's energy is wavering, I'm gonna let you have that, because I don't have time. I don't have time to be guessing and pondering if you really for me or not, because I know my loyalty. So, and if I have to question your loyalty, it's over with. I don't even want to have to question it. So, if you feel like you alone out there, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. It's people out here who feel the same way. You know, I told myself I'm going to treat my channel as if I'm speaking to a younger version of myself, sharing my knowledge, my experience, my tutelage to you. You know, you clicked on this video for a reason. You feel like you just don't nobody hear you. I feel you. Trust me, I do. I've been on this grind for, years. Years, man. You gonna have to go months on end, even years, without somebody giving you a pat on the back, without somebody round of applause. You gotta be okay with that. You gotta be okay with that. You gotta give yourself that assurance. And if that's not good enough, you gotta go back to the drawing boards. You gotta say, okay, you know what? I'm going to focus on what I need to do. I'm going to be tunnel vision, and I'm not looking outside for no validation. I'm not looking for no handouts. I'm not looking for no pats on the back. I am going to, from what I'm going to do from here on out, I am going to envision my 80-year-old self. Envision you there. I want you to do that right now. Envision you 80, 85 years old, however you may look. Envision yourself thanking yourself now. Thanking yourself for the decisions that you made now. Your 85-year-old self is thinking that you did not care what others thought. Your 85-year-old self is thinking that you went on ahead and put your all into your business. Now you're bearing the fruit. That's an exercise for you to do. We don't care about what others think about us. You want to know why? Because 10 times out of 10, they aren't doing anything with their lives. And you just sit back. You just sit back, right? You know, people trying to clown you because you got that cash car. They trying to clown you because you ain't got that Hellcat. They trying to clown you because you ain't going on the trips. They trying to clown you because you ain't got the newest threads, the Celine, you know, you ain't got on the Gucci, the Louis. They trying to clown you right now, but it's all good. You know what you're doing. You know what you're sacrificing. You know what you investing. Your 85-year-old self gonna thank you. You gonna thank you. You owe you. You owe you. Once again, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be out. You gotta be willing to do it with nobody in the stands. You putting in your hours right now. You in the gym getting up your shots. Night after night after night. I'm getting up my shots right now. Every day. Every day you get up, you handle your responsibilities, but then you pour into what you're building, what you're creating, what you're producing. Do it alone, do it scared, do it ignorant. But the most important thing is you gotta do it. You gotta start, because it's not gonna be perfect in the beginning. Put those hours in, because somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs that idea that's in your head. They need that idea, that product, that book, your story, to help them navigate their life. The world is depending on you. You have what it takes to make this world a better place. You have it. Cultivate it. Pat yourself on the back. And that'll give you the assurance that, okay, let me just keep on pushing. Let me keep on pushing. I know my tribe is out there. You just got to let them know that you're here. And that's the video for tonight. If you found value in this video, I want you to comment down below. Comment your story. I want you to comment, you know, some of the things that you are going through, have been through, the lessons that you've learned, okay? And how you gonna help the next person. All right? And also, if you really rock with my channel, click that join button. All right? Become a part of the crew. Listen, we doing this thing together. We leveling up in all aspects. Physically, mentally, spiritually, economically, emotionally, in all aspects, not just one way. All right? Watch this next video. I know you're gonna gain some value from it. It's your girl Jazz Avantí, and I'm out. Love.